I got to spend spring break in Japan for free. As part of the Kakehashi project with Apex and JICE, I got to explore the city of Tokyo and the countryside of Akita. All the while, I immersed myself deep into the Japanese culture, learning about its history, economy, and politics. I went to the Midai-kan, the Diet Building, the Tokyo Stock Exchange Building, Temple University, Japan, and I spent my free time at night exploring Shibuya. I met up with people and did quite a bit of shopping. I stayed with the local host family and I definitely did a whole lot of sightseeing. All in all, it was a city plus rural immersive, once-in-a-lifetime Japanese experience, and it was totally worth it. I just mentioned a whole lot of stuff that I did this week, so let's start from the beginning, sit tight and grab some popcorn because it'll take a while. Trust me guys, you do not want to miss this. Cue intro. Let's first go back in time. Whoops, a little bit too far back in time. And then fast forward to, there we go. We didn't actually do much on the first night, we just went to our hotel because it's already very late and we called it a night. On the next morning, after breakfast, we headed straight for TUJ. It's the oldest and largest foreign university in Japan. Our tour guides were graduate students. We met up and talked a bit first, and then we immediately became like best friends. They gave us a tour on the campus. It's quite convenient having it in the city. A large percentage of students speak fluent English, so you don't have to worry about your Japanese not being good enough if you want to spend a semester abroad in Japan. After touring Temple University, the day is almost halfway over. Moving on to the National Museum of Emerging Science and Innovations, better known as the Midai-kan, we saw exhibitions of futuristic sciencey stuff, but they were also doing this event with Orb on the movements of the Earth, which is a pretty good anime. Speaking of good animes, I definitely crossed off an item off my bucket list when I visited the Spiral Staircase from the Monogatari series. I was pretty bummed out that we had to go, but then we got to meet the literal special advisor for the Prime Minister of Japan, so it wasn't all that bad. But isn't that crazy though? Like, my major has nothing to do with politics, so I felt so out of place. And I also got to meet the Parliamentary Vice Minister for Foreign Affairs. Talking to either of them is a very fruitful experience, so I'm glad to have an opportunity like that. After that, we went to the Tokyo station and got on the bullet train and headed for the countryside. Good morning, minasan! Yes, we are officially starting day 2. We are in Akita, the countryside. There's still snow outside, and yes, there are bears. But be careful, not of the bears, because they are cowards, as the locals would call them. Be careful of the boars! And that's because they travel in packs and they eat your crops, and they're like worse to deal with. Last night, we stayed at this inn, very lovely. We had the traditional experience with the onsen, and I had it all to myself. Let's go! We made our way to Lake Tazawa, or Tazawako, which is the deepest lake in all of Japan, and one of Senboku's main tourist spots. There's this beautiful shrine next door. Unfortunately, it was off-season, so it is unmanned, but that just means that you don't have to worry about photobombs. This shrine supposedly helps with romantic relationships, so come here if you're single. Around noon, we headed towards town for lunch and yet another tourist spot. This is the Kakunodate Samurai District, which is prized for its beauty resembling Kyoto's traditional streets. The trees are vibrant in every single season, bright pink for cherry season, vibrant green for summer, golden orange in autumn, and snow white for winter. By the way, I did a video on this day on Instagram, so if you're interested, go check it out. After lunch, we met up with our host families. For the next couple of nights, I'll be staying with Mameta. They are a farmer family, so everything they cook is with their own crops. They ferment stuff too. They might not be the best at English, but they are very experienced in hosting, so I definitely recommend them. They're super chill, we cooked together, and they even taught me how to do taiko drumming. Our bond was so strong, I even showed them my Clash of Clans based. They're awesome. Stay with Mameta. Since all host families are part of the Inbound Green Tourism Initiative, if you travel to Senboku City, even you can live with them. And if you want to do that, I advise you to visit this website for more information. This is one of the town's public bathhouses. I showered here every night while I spent it with my host family. To be honest, this place feels much more like a community center, the way its interior is done. I guess it makes sense though. The people shower here every day, so naturally, this has become a place for a social gathering. I tell you what, I always come out of bath feeling very refreshed. Honestly, I just really like the vibe of this place. It's very relaxing, like a resort. Apparently, this gallery's artist works at Studio Ghibli and is from Senboku. Many of the Studio Ghibli's visuals are based off of this town, and most of the drawings are of natural scenery. This gallery was kind of hidden away, so if my host family didn't show it to me, I wouldn't even know of its existence. Finally, before dropping me off forever, my host family took me to the Kakehashi Gorge, another famous Senboku tourist spot. Come peak autumn and this place becomes truly magical. Whoa, okay. Shit, what the fuck did I do, bro? Water is very blue, okay? But in the summer, all of it will be blue water. And in the summer, right, Tokyo is really hot, like 40 degrees Celsius. Here it will always be cool. Not cold, cool. Isn't that cool? Bruh. Walk up this path and it leads you to an old bridge. Man, I'm telling you, Senboku City might just be the best place you can go if you want to break from the urban life. On to our final stop in Akita, we have Ando Jozo, a family-run business that's been in Kakunodate since the Kyoto era, as landlords doing the same thing they're doing now. They make soy sauce, miso, and pickles. We got the chance to try out their different soy sauces and take a crash course on how they ferment stuff at their shop. Right here, we got to see some fermentation in action. As you can tell, the longer you ferment the soy sauce, the darker it gets. Saying goodbye to the snowy Akita prefecture and heading back to Tokyo, we got to visit where lawmakers gather and where moneymakers gather. The National Diet Building and the TSE Arrows. Unfortunately, none of them allow indoor videos, so here's a montage of the Diet's garden instead. This is right next to the parliament. Thank you, very cool. Anyways, check this out. Our tour bus took us to Asakusa, where we'll visit its #1 tourist attraction, the Sensoji. Despite being the Monday, this place is still super crowded, which makes sense, as it is the oldest temple in Tokyo. We got some free time, so I wandered around and did some shopping. If you go to Japan, make sure you're buying from Uniqlo and Don Quijote. Uniqlo has a much bigger catalog in Japan, and Donkey Donkey literally has everything. Seriously, that thing is built like a maze. While we're at it, try to visit a Family Mart. Like, they also have everything and like really comfortable socks. I have done more on this trip, but this is all the footage I have. Unfortunately, I didn't really film any of my free time, but I went to Shinjuku and Shibuya and it was awesome. So this concludes my really weak attempt at trying to make a travel blog. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of it at least, or got some knowledge out of it. I really do like this program. You should try it if you can. You know, there's nothing to lose and it is free. You'll come to appreciate Japan a lot more, because I totally did, in all seriousness. Yes. Thank you, very cool.